2 teammates, 1 course, and the challenge ahead. Qualifying for the United States Golf Challenge has begun at selected golf courses nationwide. The United States Golf Challenge is 2-man best ball at its finest. Can your team be the best in the nation, perhaps in the world? Dust off your sticks, hit the range, and sign up now at usgolfchallenge.com.
Have you heard of the fantastic new golf shoes which actually will help your game? Squares will help you improve your balance, stability, and give you more distance.
You want to work on your golf swing authentically? Do it from ground upwards. Change your shoes, change your game.
I did, and I gained 7 yards. These shoes are designed with the latest performance technology, and in testing, they're proven to help add distance. Just go to getsquares.com to find out more. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to On Par with Amanda. Great to have you back this week. We just got done with the Waste Management Phoenix Open, and we're going to dive right into talking a little bit about Rickie Fowler and putting. And to join me, nobody else other than Mr. Bill Cuevas, the golf father.
Hi.
Hello. Well, the viewers wanted you back another week in a row. So, we can't disappoint.
Yep.
But so I want to chat a little bit this week. So let's talk about Rickie Fowler, and then you can give your 2 cents on how he kind of cost you. But
yes,
with that said, let me start by telling the viewers. So we've seen Rickie's putting be shaky, I would say, over the last year to year and a half, where he's just not making the things that he used to make when he was dominating in his career. And putting, as we know, is a huge part of the game. It separates making the cut. It separates making a paycheck. So he originally was using a Scotty Cameron X5 prototype, and he used it in the round early in the week. But then all of a sudden everyone was reporting that they spotted before the cut for Friday's round that he was using a different putter. And it was identified as a Scotty Cameron Art of Putting Oil Can Newport. So here's the thing. He was struggling with putting. He said, man, I gotta figure something out. He switches putters, which this putter was his caddy's friend's putter. He said, ooh, we've all been there where something feels good right at the moment when we try it. And he probably sunk a few putts with it and said, you know what? I'm not playing super great anyway. Well, turns out that he did score better tee to green, but he actually lost, I think it was 1.7 strokes. That always cracks me up, but it was like 1.7 strokes in putting for that next day. So he unfortunately did not make the cut. But Bill, let's talk about first why that was upsetting to you. Let's start there.
Well, first, he didn't make the cut.
He didn't make the cut.
And because he didn't make the cut, I didn't get paid in my fantasy. I picked him to win.
I know.
If he would have even made the cut,
it would have helped.
It would have helped money wise, because of course you make the cut, you get paid. Sure. I earn his money in my fantasy.
Right.
I didn't get anything. That was almost as bad as Biggs picking Dustin Johnson to win this weekend, and he did win. It was just the wrong event. Dustin Johnson wasn't at the Waste Management. He was in Dubai or wherever he was at. So yeah, he won, but Biggs got no points. because
Right.
he wasn't playing the waste management. So yeah, we both suffered this week because of that. But I mean, I didn't know he changed the putter until you talked
Well,
about it.
here's the thing with the putting.
Mhm.
Putting is something I think every golfer struggles with at some point in their career, whether you're an amateur or a pro. You go through kind of these,
Ups and
hills
downs.
and these valleys, and you kind of get to a point where you're like, screw it, I'm going to get a new putter. And I always joke, I have a timeout corner. Those putters go to the timeout corner. And I use another one, and you stay there until you get your act together. But I think putting is just such a feel, such an art. And it really has to do a ton with mental game and the confidence side. So if you're not, I think mentally, if your confidence changes, like you start not making putts, obviously your confidence goes down. So the best way to build confidence is starting with false confidence. And this sounds crazy, but the only way to build confidence is to make putts. The only way to make putts is to have confidence. So it's kind of a catch-22. But what I always try to tell my students and myself that I've learned through the years is you have to treat every putt like you're going to make it. And eventually when you see a couple go in, your confidence starts to really build, and it's not just fake confidence. So what do you think about Rickie changing his putter middle of the tournament?
I don't think it was smart, period. I don't think anybody that legitimately has a shot or believes that they have a shot would change in the middle, unless you're really doing terribly, and you have nothing. If you at that point, if you know what I'm saying, you know what, I have nothing to lose. It doesn't matter if I make the cut or whatever. But it wasn't by that much. He still had a shot had he stuck with what he has. I mean, I don't get the switching and stuff, but we see it happening. People do it. It's just like the regular amateur. We go out there, we pick up our friend's new club, and all of a sudden we get that one shot. It just, by some miracle, pew, it just goes, and you're like, oh my God, I need this. And then you get it, and it doesn't have the same results anymore. It just happened, that one shot wonder for you. I wouldn't personally do it. I don't know why a pro would do it. I mean, he could adjust a lot faster than I could.
Sure, but it's still an adjustment.
It is a big adjustment, and we see what that adjustment got him, 1.7, which is a crazy number. How do you get 0.7 of a putt? But 1.7 of a putt difference. So it cost him money.
It did. And the thing is, I understand the side of, like you said, I'm out of it anyway. There's no way I'm making a cut. I would have to shoot 58 to make the cut. Okay, then who cares? But he did have a shot. He was in the running to at least make the cut and make a paycheck. But I also think that when you are putting and you're using your putter, how many times, and I've done this in my career playing in a 2 or 3 day event where the first day I go out, and I mean, I'm putting terrible, like just can't get it together. Nothing goes in. And then the next day go out and it's a totally different feel and things fall.
Lights out.
And that's just the way. It has nothing to do with the putter. It's everything mixed together. It's the way your cadence is for the day, the way maybe you're just, I know my vision changes day to day because some days I'll be off just a fraction of how I'm aligning myself and I'm missing just barely. You're
getting old. You're getting old.
But I just think that, like you said, to change a putter in the middle of a tournament that you're still kind of in the running to make the cut. Like he didn't have to, like I said, go shoot 58 to make the cut. He just had to put a solid round together. So I don't know. I mean, he still played well.
It makes you wonder, though.
It does. I don't know who persuaded him.
What is he going to do next? I don't think anybody persuades Rickie to do anything.
No,
he probably got that bug and that itch and decided, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Well, I picture something like after Thursday's round, he goes back to the hotel or the house or wherever they're staying with his caddy and his caddy's friend, and they're all dinking around and they're chipping and putting
inside their hotel room or whatever house they're staying.
Yep. And he goes, "Hey man, like I really like this putter. This feels really good." And probably a couple drinks thrown back, and and
it's in the bag.
And then he says, "Oh, well, screw it. Like, I'm just going to take it and use it." So I definitely see that happening. I've definitely been to the point now where you get to where you've had enough and you're like, I'm done.
Notice the head cover? Was it a Scotty Cameron head cover? Or did it go under those infamous things where, they have a head cover that belongs to somewhere else?
That I don't know. I don't.
Because we see a lot of that. A lot of people don't pay attention to it.
Right.
But you see, X brand, and then when you lift off that cover, it's Y brand, and you're like,
wait
because
a minute.
Is he signed? That's another interesting. Is he signed?
It did have a ping grip on it. It was said, but I mean, he wouldn't have. Well, I shouldn't say he wouldn't have had time because all those guys know how to change grips and stuff like that on the fly. He could have taken it to the van, but I don't know if it was the original condition that he got from the caddy's friend, or if it just was like as is and said, here, let me just try it.
Now he gives it back to his caddy's friend. I think his value just jumped up.
Oh my gosh. I would never, like
he used that waste management. Yeah, but he shot 1.7 less. But you don't worry about that. Just pay me. Just give me my money.
Just give me my money. But no, I think overall, like you said, it's an adjustment period. It's not something that can just happen that quick. I don't care if you're a pro and you're great.
No.
It's an adjustment. They say with new clubs, it legit takes almost 2 weeks to a month to get fully settled in. Now, if you're pro, might be a little less, maybe like a week or two because you're hitting so many balls a day and playing. Yeah. But I just think that overall, it's interesting to see a player. So here's I think the moral of the story. These players are human. They're real people. They make impulse decisions. They decide this isn't working. I've got to change. And a lot of times we think their game and everything is so precise and calculated, but it sometimes isn't. And so we have to remember they're real, like human beings. They're normal. They have struggles just like we do. And so I think while I was playing, I did change putters, but I don't know that I've ever changed putters mid tournament. I don't think I have. I think I did once, but the other putter that I changed to was also another putter of mine that I was very familiar with.
Gotcha.
It wasn't just somebody's random putter.
I don't mind switching if it's my putter. There's certain times if say I play on a Saturday and it's not tournament play, but if I play on Saturday and I'm off and I know that I'm off, I'll go back to my trusty Seymour.
Yep.
Which has me aligned. I can see it. I know red, dead. If I see white, it ain't right. I already know everything in my brain, so it starts clicking a lot quicker because it's mine. And just after a couple holes, I'm going to be able to determine what I'm doing wrong and adjust. And once I get adjusted, then I go back to my gamer.
Yeah,
and then,
but those are putters that have both been in your world.
Yes.
It's not your friend. It's not Biggs handing you a putter that you've never touched. And I'm sure he went out and practiced with it, or at least warmed up with it. But, I think no matter what, a new putter is a new feel. And, and so if you have I think any chance of making the cut, I don't know that that's the right move. Now, had he made the cut, everyone would have been like, that's the smartest move. So
oh my God, he won. Look, he used somebody else's putter. Look, Billy's on top of the pool.
Right.
But instead, I'm bitter.
So I don't know. I think part of that is, just kind of random coincidence that he didn't make the cut. And it probably, I don't know. I think mentally it's mental. It's in his headspace of why he's not making the cut. Yeah. But we try to fix it with a quick little thing here and there. So
yeah, a quick little thing that cost me. Thanks, Rickie.
Yeah,
I still love you, bro. But
I know.
We
love Rickie. And we hate to see him not make the cut. But well, thanks for joining me for another awesome week of On Par with Amanda.
Thank you for having me.
We want everyone to write in. Please DM me at @RobertsonGolf on IG. Make sure you are tuning in every week. Make sure you're subscribing now to our new television channel. We are on YouTube and all that fun stuff. If you have any questions or any thoughts, please write to me. Write to bigsgolftalk@gmail.com, and we will see you next week. Until then, keep swinging for par.